Unit 5 exam review for geometry. We're determining whether the pairs of triangles are congruent. If so, what postular theorem, and stating any additional reasoning we may use. Question number 1, yes, these are congruent by triangle postulates side, side, side. Notice all 3 sides of these triangles are marked as congruent, so therefore we don't need to provide any reasoning. Number 2, I did mark this side congruent by reflexive. However, this is not congruent triangle, as there is no such thing as side-side triangle congruence. We must have a minimum of 3 pieces of information, one of which being a side, so this is not congruent triangles. Question number 3, we are given 2 sides and an angle, 2 sides and an angle. However, this is a no for triangle congruence, as there is no such thing as side-side angle triangle congruence theorem. The closest thing we have to having 2 sides and an angle is hypotenuse leg, where we have a right angle and then the hypotenuse and a leg, but this does not work as it's not a right angle, so this is a no for us. Question number 4, yes, we have another triangle congruence theorem. We see that we have an angle marked here. These are in fact vertical angles that are already been marked for us, and 2 sides, the angle falls is included in them, so that is in fact side angle side triangle congruence theorem. Question number 5, we have a no for triangle congruence theorem. We're given 3 pieces of information, but they're all angles. There is no such thing as angle, angle, angle triangle congruence theorem. Question number 6, we have a yes for triangle congruence theorem. You can see that we have 2 angles and a side between them. You may be thinking hypotenuse leg, again, because we're given a right angle. However, note the other information. We are given 2 angles and a side that falls between them. Angle, side angle, triangle congruence theorem. Question number 7, we're given that MK is the perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular meaning that we have 2 right angles. Bisector being the other piece of information that's interesting to us. Bisector means it cuts the segment in half. So I've added to the diagram that JK is congruent to KL. So this gives us the triangle congruence theorem. Yes, of side angle side, as we see KM is congruent to itself already. Question number 8. Midpoint is the key part of number 8. We have the definition of midpoint means that BM is congruent to MC. We also have noted that AM is congruent to itself via the reflexive property. This gives us a triangle congruence theorem of side angle side. And lastly, number 9, bisect being the key part here. Bisect means it cuts the segment in half. So we already had that RQ is congruent to QZ. We now know XQ is congruent to SQ by the definition of bisect. And as I've marked in the diagram, we have a set of vertical angles. So once again, yes, we have the triangle congruence theorem, side angle side. Need to know these types of problems for the test. The first question on the test will have several of these. Take a look at the practice we did in class today for additional problems if you need it, or the notes. Thanks.